I guess in terms of for me, because you guys are much more successful in terms of tournament play than I am, I think, well, not even I think, one of the things that I had to improve on as like a person and in terms of a player, because I feel like it really, like how you are as a player just is really affected by how you are as a person, is not internalizing the losing. So not thinking, because I can do really well in casuals, but tournaments I may get like 15. And someone I know who I beat all the time will get higher.
Right.
And that's frustrating because I'm just like, yo, the hell. Like I did all this work and I'm losing. And that was something that was very frustrating for a really long time as a player. And I think like as much as it sucks, the fact that like my dad's health kind of declined, I couldn't really do a lot of things I enjoyed, but it made me take a step back away from fighting games. But when I came back, when I started competing in, which is when I first moved here and how I met you, I started developing a different mindset in terms of looking at the way I compete. Which is funny now, because before I might drown in pools or like get right above pools, but now I think Toryuka got like 9th, and UMAD, I forgot where I placed, but like I really get stuck in pools now with my different mindset, which is the fact that where I rank doesn't determine how good of a player I am, and does not determine how doesn't affect my worth as a person, doesn't affect my worth as a player.
Right,
I'm always a good player. And especially since the thing I also have to come to terms with is that, which is the case in everything in life, unfortunately, luck plays a role.
Yeah. And sometimes
you might just play against someone who has the perfect character to beat you, and their playstyle is juxtaposed and just the perfect counter to your playstyle.
Yeah.
And you don't make it up pools. Yeah. It just, that's just life. Doesn't mean you're a bad player. Like I think, like I wanted to mention this, like Mugen or Mochi, pretty much one of the best soul players in Japan, in Guilty Gear. He didn't make out of pools in Evo.
FAB too.
FAB, yeah, the best grapple player.
Wow.
For the grapple character in Guilty Gear for like the last 15 years did not make out of pools in Evo.
Yeah. Just got destroyed by a American Leo.
Some random guy. Like it is just life, you know, and that's the thing with life. You know, some like luck plays a role in everything, unfortunately. As much as like the thing I like about fighting games is that it's very skill based, and you know the work you put in will pay off. But like luck plays a role in everything in life, and like just because luck played a role for you against you also doesn't mean it can't play for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
sometimes things line up and you end up on the Canada Cup with a steering wheel.
Exactly, right? Like even for me, one of the frustrating things was like, because I play Kai, which is like the review of the game, so almost everybody knows how to play against Kai, which sucks. Yeah. But like it was the funny thing was, for the first time I was playing against someone at Toryuken, and the person didn't know how to play against Kai.
Interesting.
And I was like, oh, lucky me. Like I could tell this person he was playing Mei. And because I play against the tournament organizer here, MK Tosi, he plays Mei. Okay. I play him all the time. Yeah. So I was actually the advantage the whole time. Like there's so many mistakes because it's tournament, so I was kind of nervous. But like I knew, like there's certain mistakes I was doing. And I'm like,
that doesn't matter.
No, I was just like, he doesn't know how to play against Kai.
Yeah, so it's gonna work out.
I'm not supposed to get away with that.
Exactly. Yeah. I was just like, I was like, for once, finally, and that's just luck, right? So that's something I definitely had to learn how to do, which was like break away from determining how I feel as a person. When I didn't succeed, I got super frustrated when I first started doing tournaments and the tournament organizing, in the sense of like thinking that like I'm not good enough. But it's just like, no, it's not you're not good enough. Some people just have bad luck. Yeah. And some people never win. Like Matchable only started winning top like major Guilty Gear tournaments as of Exerd.
Yeah.
He always got like second at like SBO and all the major tournaments, especially as he played Kai. He got at best second for like 10 years. Wow. Doesn't mean he's not an amazing player, but that's life. And even sometimes he didn't get second. He got like fourth.
I've always been of the opinion, maybe this is like a little bit controversial because we fighting games and like it's always double elimination, but I feel double elimination doesn't produce very accurate results in terms
Precisely.
of...
A lot of people think that too in the fighting game circuit,
Like ideally, it's totally not feasible because of just the logistics of tournaments, but like the best way to test for skill, I would say, is to do a giant round robin amongst all the players.
Yeah.
If you have 500 players and one guy loses to 2 people, and everyone else is losing to 4 people or more, some people lose to like 300 players.
Yeah. Obviously, you obviously
Yeah.
know the skill level, the skill level difference.
But then if you take those same 500 players and put them in a double event, and that guy who won the round robin only losing to 3 players, he loses to 2 of them and ends up getting 9th.
Yeah.
He's the same player with the same skill level, and he can, like, double elimination will produce different results. I'm not saying it should be changed, but it's not going to produce perfect results perfectly.
That's just the nature of tournaments.
Bracket luck is a real thing.
Yeah.
Also, it's also important to remember that, like, when you're competing, it's like you're a human. Your performance is going to fluctuate. Like, even if you have a certain skill level, you're not going to perform at your peak every day, and you're also not going to perform at your worst every day.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, again, bracket luck is a real thing. Like, I've had to deal with that. I went to a tournament last weekend, and I think I got upset in pools, so I got second out of my pool instead of first. And then one of the best players in Ontario, his tag is JW. He also got upset in pools. He also got second instead of getting first, and he's like the second, third best player there. So then I ended up having to play him in losers for 17th, even though I probably would have made top 8, and he was very likely to make it to grand finals. And then I ended up getting 17th because I got upset and he got upset, and then I had to play him for 17th. It's just something that happens, right? It's frustrating. But you just have to remember to not take it to heart. I just let myself. Sometimes I know after a tournament I'm salty. This happened all the time in early brawl too. Like,
how do you deal with the salt? How do you deal with how do you guys deal with losing? Like I said, for me, I used to internalize it, but now I'm like, I determine that's not who I am as a person, and I've been able to carry that forward in terms of let's say I go to and that's why I'm really want to talk about life lessons, because when I go to a job interview, when I go to get promoted, and certain things don't work out for me in life, it doesn't determine my worth as a person. That's just life. It's just luck. It's unfortunate, but at the same time, doesn't mean it doesn't pay off. For luck has allowed me to actually get promoted, and there's a quote from Oprah. It's like, opportunity is when luck meets preparation.
That does certainly line up sometimes.
So how do you deal with losing? Just in not just even in fighting, but also in life too. How do you deal with that, and has it two affected each other?
I feel like it's mostly been what I learned about mindset through fighting games. I'm able to apply elsewhere.
Could you talk about that?
Yeah, I learned a lot about mindset through fighting games. A lot of times in my early brawl career, especially because when I started playing brawl, it was in June 2011, and then in September same year, so 3 months in, our region enforced a Mennonite ban.
Okay.
And then
I thought it was a global thing.
It was like
time.
Yeah, it was a time thing. So one early memory I have of me being really salty was 6 months in. So I started in June 2011. 2012 February, we finally have a tournament in our region. It's kind of big. Got some people coming from the States, and it's Mennonite legal. I was used to not fighting Mennonite for a long time. I ended up losing to this Mennonite that came in from the States, and I placed 17th.
I knew it was gonna be Mennonite. Yeah.
And this is the guy that I thought I was he's not even a player. This guy's just a commentator.
Wow.
I went into the match. I'm like, yo, I can take this guy, and then he destroyed me. I had no idea what to do. I went home alone on the GO train. I was so salty. I was like, man, do I want to quit this game? But
that would make me want to quit.
And I've had experiences like this a few times where I think I get salty after underperforming, and I'm thinking, man, do I want to quit this game? Why do I even play if I'm going to play this poorly? Blah blah blah. But then I always have this one thought that I think makes it all better. It's you lost. You're gonna feel salty. You don't need to deny your emotions. You're gonna be sad, frustrated, salty, whatever. Let yourself feel that, and I know when I wake up tomorrow, I'm gonna feel better. I'm not gonna be as salty when I wake up tomorrow about this tournament performance as I am right now, because it just happened. I'll be salty for the rest of the day. It happens, but I know the day after, when I wake up, I'm thinking about the next tournament. You know what I mean? And of course, I'm not perfect. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow, still be a little bit bitter about yesterday, but
it's never gonna be the same level as when it just happened.
Yeah. Or even if it's 3 hours after it happened, I'm on the train home, or I'm still just thinking about that the whole day. That really pissed me off. I didn't want to lose like that. But yeah, I just know when I wake up the next day, I'll be over it for the most part.
And so that also applies in situations in life for you too, when you go through certain things.
Yeah, if you
could give examples without, you don't have to go into details if you don't want to.
Yeah, but if sometimes I get an interview for a job, and then I go in, and I feel like I killed the interview, and I did really well. And then I end up finding out I didn't get the job, and I'm like, man, that's disappointing. I really wanted this job. But you know what? That's, at the very least, I got interview practice out of talking to these people. I can think about what went wrong. And
Match-up experience.
Yeah. Exactly.
Trust me, no, that's real. After a couple of interviews, I've been in the same boat. Eventually, you're gonna land that one where everything lines up, all the knowledge comes in, and then boom.
Luck.
Yep.
Or rather, opportunity. What's the quote again? Yeah.
When
luck beats preparation. Yes, that's luck.
Luck beats preparation.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, because you're gonna hold a couple of, even if you do like really well at interviews, you're gonna hold a couple of L's in a couple of interviews, a couple of curveballs you weren't expecting. But then when you come to that one interview that works out, everything's just gonna line up, and then it's gonna line up with them too, and then boom, there you go, job.